position. That said, I believe your approach in addressing your projected deficit has been backwards. You are considering the possible displacement of 1 in 5 elementary students, 1 in 7 middle school students, and the potential destruction of Luther, one of the oldest programs in the nation of its kind, without having explored alternatives. I remind you that your code of ethics requires you to make decisions by, quote, thinking always in terms of children first. That is, the students, not taxpayers. To the best of my knowledge, the students of this district are not taxpayers, even if there are those in the community who apparently think they reside at addresses that are different from their parents. As this process has made clear, even if you choose to close schools, that is only an insufficient Band-Aid on your shortfalls. The actions required of you need to go much further, be much bolder, and need to be honest with the community about where the true source of your deficits come from, the intentional, insufficient funding authority allowed by the state legislature. It's not due to declining enrollment and inefficient use of facilities. We've heard example after example of how classroom space is being creatively and effectively used by staff. The reality is that the budget of this district has been artificially limited and underfunded by the state for decades, especially the past 10 years. You need to quit telling the public how well the district is doing and inform them that, had this district's funding simply been allowed to match inflation since 2013, you would have an additional $17.5 million in your budget, even with declining enrollment, and you wouldn't be facing this dilemma. But that's not the situation. You need to address a deficit. You can't turn to salary and benefits, since past decisions have already left KUSD with the lowest starting salary, most regressive salary schedule, and some of the worst benefits in health insurance of your comparables. So you've turned to closing schools, a solution which is 1, disruptive, 2, unpopular, and 3, insufficient to meet your fiscal needs. Congratulations, you've hit the trifecta that nobody wants. I know you believe that this step is necessary before you go to the community with a more permanent solution, a referendum. I believe you should take this question to the public first. I know I've said before that you do not need to rush to a decision tonight. I take it back. You need to take immediate action, because there is a filing deadline of January 23rd to place a referendum on next April's ballot. Time then is short to prepare the referendum that you will need to propose at some point, school closings or not. So I encourage you to do it now, before irreparable harm is done. Maybe it won't pass, but I think it better to fail at doing what is right for students than to succeed at something so terribly wrong. Thank you.